Afghanistan have done it again. The Afghanistan fairy tale in this World Cup continues as they now beat 3 world champions in a single campaign. Hello and welcome to Turning Point. I'm Osama Shab. It was a stunning display by Afghanistan yet again as they beat Sri Lanka by 7 wickets. But more importantly, got those 2 crucial points to challenge the likes of Australia and New Zealand for that 4th knockout spot. Can this dream run continue for the Afghan team? Can they do the unthinkable and reach the knockouts for the first time in their history? It's still a long road, but when it comes to sports, you never say never. While it is a happy dream for Afghanistan team, it is a nightmare for their neighbours Pakistan. Pakistan will be taking on Bangladesh today in what is a must-win game for them. But the turmoil in Pakistan cricket, which has resulted in chats being leaked, Chief Selector Inzamamul Haq resigning, ex-players accusing PCB for not paying salaries, all this will probably come to affect this team's performance. Can Pakistan rise again like they have in the past? We will have to wait and watch. But first, let's take a look at the points table. And this is how the points table looks like. After that win, Afghanistan have moved into the top 5 spot. They are just 2 points behind Australia and New Zealand, who are sitting in 4th and 3rd place respectively with 8 points. Leading the charts is India with 12 points, 6 out of 6 wins, followed by South Africa. It is going to be a big game for Pakistan, who have won only 2 games in this competition. And as you can see, they are sitting in the 7th position right now. They are going to be taking on Bangladesh. A win here can probably help them get those 2 crucial points and challenge for the top 4 spots. England with 5 losses and just 1 win sit right at the bottom of the points table. And joining us right now on the show are Rajiv Seth, Gursharan Singh and Ritendra Sodhi, former cricketers, and Rishi Chabra, cricket blogger. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Let me first start with Ritendra Sodhi. We had talked about this yesterday. You were very confident about Afghanistan winning this match. You gave them a 100% chance of winning this match. Amazing performance by them.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, Osama, at this stage, being playing top-class cricket. Look, they are not the team of superstars, but they are the team of fighters. They know how to beat top sides. They are consistent. Their bowling is firing. Their batting seems settled, though they can improve that. Because
I think there is some problem with Ritendra's connection there. We'll try and get him back on the show. Rajiv Seth, want to get your reaction on this incredible win, beating 3 world champions in a single campaign. How big is this for Afghanistan as a nation?
Indeed, very big. And in fact, they're making a statement one after another. You know, it's just not winning a match. It's winning against the champions of the past. And even looking at the current form, even if, teams like England and all have not fired all cylinders, but they have been very consistent sides. So to do well against all these sides and come good, I think it shows your mettle and shows what you're made of. And, the Pathan spirit is what we really count for. I mean, Afghanistan's, when they were playing in ICC World Series, I had the good fortune of, coaching Malaysia then. And I could see, those elements of making it big to the test playing nations as well as ODIs.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. And they've been brilliant. I mean, look at the all-round performance that they give. I mean, they're just not good in the batting department, the bowling, the fielding, everything. And they've just evolved as a team. And I think Rashid Khan has binded together, along with him being with his experience, and Nabi and others, so they just come good as a unit. And this is exactly what you want in a big event, because it's not about individuals. And commemorations to Afghanistan for doing it so well. And I think they've won World Cup in some sense, even if they don't lead up to the top 4, but they have practically in all sense.
Rishi, from winning just 1 game in the World Cup prior to this tournament to winning 3 in this one single campaign, they have in fact come a long way as a team, haven't they?
Well, Osama, exactly what you said right now were my words when I met Harsha Bogle and Ian Morgan at the airport yesterday. From just winning one game to trying to get into the semi-finals,
Yeah.
they really have a good chance to make it to the semi-finals. I know they will have to beat the likes of Australia and probably South Africa and one New
Yeah.
Zealand. Yes, so there's one game that they have to play against South Africa and New Zealand. So either of the game has to go their way. But a realistic chance to make it to the semi-finals. They're sitting at the 5th position. But, credits to the way they've played this entire tournament. They've defeated 3 teams who were a world champion at some point of time. And obviously, this gives them a big boost going into the future tournaments in the World Cup as well. And this also means for the other teams to not take them lightly, who think that, okay, we're just playing Afghanistan, it's a win for sure. No, that's not the case anymore. Afghanistan is a team that can do an upset on any given day, and that's what they've shown this World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely, and they have kept things very simple to say because their plan looks simple. And there was a moment in the match when the camera showed a whiteboard with details on it, and it looked very simple. They had a clear plan: 10 overs, get 50 runs; 20 overs, get 100 runs. And this is probably what has kept them going in this tournament, haven't they, Rishi?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you pointed out towards the whiteboard, they had literally had 50-run targets for every 10 overs.
Yeah.
And, even though they were behind in the overs from 10 to 20 and 20 to 30, they did compensate for that in the 30 to 40 overs. But, this all shows how the planning has gone about, even though they planned for a game. But after the first inning, they did sit down probably the management and the coaches that this is how we want to break down the chase and go about it. And, someone like Jonathan Trott and Ajay Jadeja being in the dressing room obviously has done wonders to the Afghanistan team, their confidence.
Yeah.
And, Rashid Khan, Mohammad Nabi, we keep talking about them, how they've played franchisee cricket all over the world. They are the ones who brought all the experience to Afghanistan side. So everything put together, it is coming out, to be a successful team combination, a team that is, winning on a good note. And let's not forget, let's not take any credit away from Afghanistan.
Yeah,
they're not
absolutely.
winning close games, but they're winning hands down by 7 wickets, 6 wickets.
Yeah.
So these are like big wins for them.
Ritinder Sodhi, we were listening to Jonathan Trott talk about this team yesterday, and he said something very... he basically said that it's just about giving this team a bit of structure or a bit of a game plan. That is all what they lacked, because they obviously have the talent. They just needed some guidance, and that is what they got from the likes of Jonathan Trott and Ajay Jadeja.
Yeah, definitely, yes. Look, when the World Cup started, nobody was talking about Afghanistan, but not Afghanistan. And again, it's a team game. It's not about individuals. So this team is rising as a team, as a cohesive unit. They are together. It's like they sing together, they swim together. And if you talk about their bowling, it looks settled. If you talk about their batting, they look men in form. They can chase good totals. Their fielding has been athletic for them. And as it is said, if you work hard, if you give your best, things do happen. And this World Cup is surely a game turner for Afghanistan.
Absolutely. And it just takes that one moment for a team or a player to get that confidence. And Rajiv said, how much confidence did that chase against Pakistan give Afghanistan?
Tremendous. As we all know that how these two countries see them each other. I mean, see them together, and in any form of battle. And see, Afghanistan had a point to prove, because they've not just from the geographical history or anything of that sort. It's just that they wanted to make a mark. And as we talked about, that they've come up the ranks by proving themselves and proving their worth. And this is exactly what they wanted to make a statement. It was not one of those flukes to beat England or any other side. It was one after another. And that's the big statement that they're making. And they have gained tremendous confidence out of it. And I think it's not going to be easy for teams playing them onwards, even if it's South Africa. It's not there. Nobody's going to take them lightly.
Absolutely.
And that's the beauty of the game.
That is true. And you see Afghanistan's victory This might have been given to them by the batters in the last couple of matches, but it was set up by the bowling attack. And Rishi, what can you say about this bowling attack that has 3 spinners, 2 pacers who are now coming to the party? It looks like a complete cohesive unit now.
It does, because in cricket, you cannot just rely on the batters and think that the bowlers, won't really contribute. We've seen that with the Indian team, how the bowlers have actually brought us back into every single game. And that goes for Afghanistan as well. Mohammad Nabi, I've always said Rashid Khan, one of the most experienced spinner. And given how young these guys are, they have the hunger in them to perform. They have the hunger to perform at the big stage. And I think that win against England and probably, Pakistan as well, because they've been trying to defeat Pakistan for so long. And that win actually gave them belief that, okay, this dream of probably making it to the semi-final is alive. And after yesterday's win, all the permutation combinations are out, how Afghanistan qualify. And, this actually gives them an extra boost. Okay, we need to go ahead and just keep giving a big shot.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the interesting thing is, and I'm sure all of you are going to agree on this, there is no over-reliance on Rashid Khan in this tournament so far. And that has possibly been one of the biggest positives for Afghanistan. Ritinder Sodhi, do you think that's the case for Afghanistan this time around?
Definitely, Osama, you've hit the bullseye, because we all talk about Rashid Khan. He's one of the best in the world, rather best in the world. When we talk about spin bowling, he can take wickets at crucial intervals, and everything was depending on him. If we talk about Afghanistan before the World Cup, but now, as you have been saying, it's not been about Rashid Khan all the way. It's about all the other guys who are chipping in the important contributions. And that is what good teams are all about. And this insatiable appetite of Afghanistan to win against bigger teams, I think that is a class apart. And if you talk about how things have changed, definitely, yes, the win against Pakistan has really boosted their confidence. And this might change their cricket forever, because now this team can have a belief that they can beat the best in the world.
Absolutely. And we were talking about the bowling, but the batting also looks very solid. And all these batters, they look like they have, Rajiv said, it looks like that these batters, all the top order batters have played 200 matches before coming into this tournament. And that's how good these batters have performed.
Before I make a comment on that, Osama, I would like to say, the real spirit, which I really encourage and admire in Afghanistan, is that today they can look into the batsman's eye and say, look, I am there to get you out.
Yeah.
That's the not just the Pathan spirit, that's the spirit of the game when you're competing against the best. And this is really what I love about Afghanistan these days and the way they're playing. Coming back to your point about the batters, look at the way Gurbaz has batted, man.
Yeah.
He's one guy who's holding one hand and saying, look, please try all your tricks on the other side. I'm here to stay. And he's making statement left, right, and then the captain and others, it is a well-knit unit. It's such a great unit that is combining together so well when it's needed the most. As I think Ritinder also mentioned, and I mentioned earlier, that, you have to come good as a unit in all departments. And this is what Afghanistan is good about in this tournament.
Absolutely.
Whether it's the fielding, batting and bowling. And this is where they're making a big mark. Because if it's about one department, then you can always say, oh, it could be the form that they're good in and all that. But it is actually evolving as a team, as a unit, and as all 3 departments. And
absolutely. Absolutely. You've absolutely hit the bullseye there, Rajiv said. Just very quick comments on from all 3 of you. They face Netherlands now. They're going to be facing Australia and then South Africa. A quick poll on whether they can make it to the knockouts. Rajiv, say, starting with you.
Look, anything is possible with them. Frankly speaking, I wouldn't have said anything otherwise. But now looking at their form, they have a very good chance. I know it's not going to be easy with South Africa. Yeah. I know it's definitely not going to be easy with South Africa. But Netherlands and all, they will prevail over them. But again, it's just the question of winning all. And that's a bit too much. Yeah, so hence, I would not really put my money into it.
Ritinder Sodhi, what do you have to say?
Look, it's all about form. It's all about confidence. If you have confidence, you can be the best in the world. And at this point, Afghanistan cricket is booming. They look good. They are blazing all cylinders. And as you have just put in, they are facing some good teams. Netherlands, they will definitely prevail. But I'm sure that they are going to beat South Africa, because South Africa is a brilliant team. But the way the time is running for them, everything is getting right. South Africa might have tough times.
That's a great prediction from Ritinder Sodhi. Rishi, your thoughts on that, very quickly.
Well, I would love to, see them in the semi-finals, but I would also like to tell them take one game at a time. Win one game and then probably plan for the next one. But yes, overall, I would love to see them in the semi-finals.